Hello, today I'm going to show you how to use the major cost planner and calculator as part of the Primetime tools to help you with your planning. So the purpose of the major cost calculator is to determine some of those costs outside of your normal daily living costs which might impact on your master budget. And you'll need to determine whether you can afford some of those things and when you might be able to incur the costs. So what we're doing here is we're in the home page, in your home page of your membership, and then if you have a look at the menu on the left, you'll find the major cost calculator within the Primetime tools and templates. And it's contained in the Primetime Integrated Financial Budget Calculator. Now you need to download that. If you've used the Integrated Financial Budget Calculators before, it might be sitting in your filing cabinet. So I've opened a few already. So if when you open up your calculator or your tool, you have an enabled content come up on your screen because it's a macro, then you need to click on that so that you can access it. So here's the integrated financial calculator. So we just press on the start button, agree to the terms, and then you'll find it on the fourth part of the fourth item on the menu. I always update the date to reflect the last date you worked on it. Make sure all the details are still relevant, and then you can go. Now this one's been completed, it's easy to show you a completed example. So in this instance, we've listed a number of items that we will most likely, or we may incur through our retirement. So the obvious ones are things like new cars. There's also, we've got a boat, a wedding, a balloon payment, might be a balloon payment on a payout of a car lease and a caravan. So within each of these is a drop down to work out whether it's unlikely or certain and when they'll be completed. So the when they'll be completed is pretty important because that feeds into your master budget tool. So, and the cost calculation there, if you put a figure in this, it will actually feed into your master budget calculator. So here I've said, well, okay, the boat's unlikely, so I'm not going to budget for that. The balloon payment's certain because we know we're already in a lease. And so what we've done there is we've put our major cost items. Have we budgeted for them? Yes, if they've gone into the budget. No, if they haven't. And once you've completed it, you can put whether the costs have been incurred or not. All these costs are going into the future, so none of them being incurred, and you can make some comments. So once you've done that, I'll show you how it feeds in. So you can use this as a tool by itself, but it also feeds into your master budget. So your master budgets here is your 25-year living cost calculator. If I go into there, you can see the major cost items here. You can see that in 2020, I think that might have been a car, another car, a balloon payment, and then that was the four-wheel drive and the caravan. So you can look at that in line with all your other costs. Looks pretty complex, but it's not if you print it out and just have a look through it. And you can see how much all your costs are going to be and whether you can afford everything or when you might need to incur the cost. So that is your major cost planner and calculator. Happy planning and happy retirement.